Good evening, Fairy Tale Guilders. This is Defiant 2 yet again for video number 3. Last couple of videos, the first one we went over base setup and the towers, and then the second video we went over wars and how those work. This video is going to be event related, all event related, okay? First, what I want to start off with is equipping your dragons with inner fires. Inner fires are key to help get you more points. So in order to equip your dragon, you want to come to your roster. You can do this prior to an attack too, but you're usually limited on time. So it's better if you equip the dragons you plan to use prior to doing your event runs. But I'm going to go to a dragon that I have not equipped a third spell on, just to show you guys what it's like. And I'm going to come over here. First, you have the rune tab. Obviously, I haven't equipped this dragon with runes. I save my runes for my seasonal dragons because those are the strongest dragons. So why waste runes on a dragon that isn't going to be nearly as powerful? So I have no runes equipped here. But if you come over here to boost, this is where you come into your boosts. If you notice, I don't know how to pronounce Fractus. His attack power is 137. If you hit this button over here, nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened apparently. There's his attack power now. It's 232. So if you come back in here, you see that just raised it an additional 100k points. So those are good to know how to equip with your dragon, and you earn them doing runs. You'll see them pop up on your screen as you're doing runs and hitting little boats and buildings. But you'll see down here there's a third spell, or a third spot, and it says empty. If you click on this add spell button, all the spells that you have earned while doing attacks will be available. You want to scroll down until you see this inner fire logo. It's a little shield with a lightning bolt in it. You want to click that, and what you'll see is, one, the active check mark box is checked for showing that it has been equipped, and then it turned green showing that it's equipped. So now this dragon is now equipped with inner fires. So that's how you equip inner fires on your dragon. Okay, and as you can see, my strongest dragon, he's equipped with inner fire. I usually leave that because he's the dragon I use to run event attacks. Next, we're going to go into the event. And this is going to be your main screen. Now, this is a PvP event. We have two types of events. PvP and then your passive events like fortification and breeding. There used to be a feeding event in there. But they realized that you can basically do feeding with breeding, so they took out feeding event. Your feeding and fortification events don't require you to attack players to gain points. It requires you to build your base or train up your dragons or breed more dragons in order to gain points. But the PvP events is where you earn your points by attacking other players and other guilds. There's several different ones. Right now we're in the fighting pits. There's the Kingdom Wars, which is kind of unfair in my point, because if you get sandwiched in between two really strong teams, there's just nowhere for you to go. And it's up to officers and leadership to make an alliance. And even if you make an alliance, it's not guaranteed to go through, as there's always issues with people just not understanding. So I don't like Kingdom Wars. It's not my favorite, but it's another PvP event. Then you have the Chain Island, the Elemental Islands. I can't remember what that event is called, but I actually enjoy that one because you get free points off the Guardians when they pop up. So I don't know if we've ever been able to get to the free Guardians, but it's a fun event, but it's also a PvP event. And then there's a few others, but I can't remember their names. I'll probably have to create another video just naming off the events that we have. But what we're in right now is a PvP event, the fight pits. And this basic screen, what I want you to focus on is one, it shows your energy. You get 16 out of 16 energy. Next, it shows flames. It shows, usually it's however many you've earned out of 50 or 0 out of 50. Next to that is an inner fire box. You may have to zoom in order to see these, but you got an inner fire box, and then next to it, it shows your points, how much victory points we've won in this round, and what your rank is. I don't know if it's team rank or if it's our team rank amongst the other teams. I'm not 100% sure. But the biggest thing with this one is if you see this little plus mark next to the energy and you click it, you can buy more energy. And as you can see, there's a timer where it resets. So where it says 5 here, this is the lowest you can purchase more energy for. As you can see, I have 144. So if I were to use 5, I would be down to 139. But it would get me 100 energy, and I could do more attacks, including a super attacks, which gives you more points as well. So that's good to know. And again, it resets every, I think, 5.5 hours or something like that. So you can rebuy at five energy crates every 5 hours. Some events it will only allow you to it'll reset every 24 hours, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. If you can't do a wildfire or mega attack, which I'll explain in more detail in a second, using more energy and doing super attacks or just doing that much more basic attacks will gain you more points. The inner fires come into play with megas and with your points by using dragons equipped with inner fires. Again, I'll go over that in more detail here in a second. But those are the things that you need to keep an eye on. If you run out of energy, it usually resets, I want to say every 4 hours. But it's been a minute since I've checked that time out. These orange flames here, I think each attack you do that you use one dragon, you get 5 flames. If you have to use more than one dragon without the inner fires, it gives you less flames. Or if you're like not able to take out 100% of the base or something like that, you get less flames. But once you reach 50, you unlock a wildfire attack. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on a team. And I'm going to click the attack button. And these are the 4 basic attacks that you can do. You can do a basic one, which earns you 135 points per attack. Next is a super attack. This costs 20 energy, so you need to buy more energy in order to do this one. But once you get 100, you can do like 10 or so attacks. I'm not 100% sure. Next, you can see the wildfire is grayed out on my screen. That's because I haven't earned 50 flames. Once I get 50 flames, that will be available, and it's basically a free attack at 675 points. Next to it, you'll notice the mega attack. This one gives you the most points, but it costs a lot, because if you click on this, in order to do it, a mega coin costs 100 energy and 20 inner fires. So I'd essentially have to buy whatever. So it shows it would be 6 energy crates, 20 inner fires, plus the 16 energy that I already have. That's already in my that I already have. So basically, I would need 96 energy, and in order to get 96 energy, I'd have to open 6 energy crates. So basically, a mega it runs your resources low, as such as inner fire and your energy crates. But if you're willing to rock the 0 next to the inner fires and the energy crates, then I'm all for it. Because as you can see, I keep mine pretty pretty high. I have 149 inner fires and 144 energy crates because I want to save those megas for when we really actually need them. Or if we're like really fighting really hard. Usually during the freaking Kingdom Wars, because that one's hard and mega attacks make a big difference. So basically those are your 4 attacks. What I want to show you is I'm going to go in and do an attack, a basic attack with 3 dragons equipped to inner fires, and show you the point difference. Because as you can see, I earned 135. You can get 135 points. That's if you use 1 dragon. If you beat the base with 1 or 3 dragons, I don't know how many dragons you have to use, but you at least have to defeat the base to get 135 points. But if you use dragons with inner fires equipped, it's going to earn you a lot of points. So when you go into attack, find a level around where you can attack, but look at the points that each person's worth. So that way you can get as many points as possible. Some you're just going to have to go with a lower number. If this team doesn't have good points, so say right now we're in Gristle Grinder and my level is around an 82. This player gives me 93 points. If I exit out and go to another team and find somebody roughly around that same level, a level 72 that gives me 113 points, why not go for a level 72 over a level 80 that only gives me 90 points when I can get 113 points? So I come in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you an attack using 3 dragons all equipped with inner fires. Now what I do is I'm going to use, so this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at this player's defense power versus my dragon's attack power, and he's actually pretty he's pretty high up there, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. We're gonna see what we can do. I have faith in Sho'groth. He's a pretty strong dragon. So notice I had to activate this inner fire, so I click that box and I hit attack. A lot of winning a base is knowing how to use your dragons too and how to fly your dragons. If you don't know how to fly your dragon, I was able to avoid that rage drain by hitting this button because it stops spells before they attack you. So basically, knowing how to fly your dragon is a big key in defeating some of these bases that you think are outside your level. If you know your dragon and you know how to fly your dragon and it's capable of taking out these higher level towers, then by all means give it a shot. But if you don't know how to fly your dragons, then don't chance it. But I know how Sho'groth works. I know how to work them. I knew this base was going to be tough, but I gave it a chance, and as you can see, I wiped that base off with just 1 dragon. But I want to use 3 dragons, so I swapped. So I go to my next dragon, I make sure the inner fire is equipped, and then I hit attack. I don't want to kill the base yet because, again, I want to use a 3rd dragon equipped with an inner fire. So I hit swap again. So then you hit another dragon. These just happen to be the 3 dragons that I have equipped with inner fires on this account. And then on your 3rd dragon, you defeat the base. Okay, so this is why this is important, because in wars, we sit there and say, use only 1 dragon, attack and only hit with 1 dragon. That's because you get more flames with that in war. Well, in the event, it's opposite. You get more points using all 3 dragons if they have inner fires equipped. So basically, that's what I wanted to compare it to. So as you can see, that attack right there, it said I got my max flames earned, which was 5. I used 3 inner fires used. So then my points earned was 453. You can click this little information button and it kind of tells you. So basically, defeating the base is 110 points. Win-loss multiplier, I don't know what that means. defense power multiplier. I don't know what that means either. 3 inner fires, you can see that adds another 339.802 points. That gives you a total of 453 points, with a pit bonus of 181. Okay, so that's how the points break down, and you can see that inner fire added considerably large amount of points. So that's why inner fires are very, very, very important. And now if you do that with a mega, just imagine the points you're going to get. I don't think it's as big of a difference as the basic, but you still see a major difference in the amount of points that you'll get. Wildfire and megas are absolutely the time when you want to use 3 dragons with inner fires. If you're doing just basic or super attacks, if you want to save your inner fires, I wouldn't waste them on those attacks. I would save your inner fires for these stronger ones, but that's just my recommendation. It's up to you what you want to do with your inner fires, but I'd rather use the inner fires to get more points on the megas and the wildfires than the basic and the super. The next thing I want to kind of go over is if you are joining somebody on their attack run. The biggest thing I ask is don't kill the base unless the player asks you to. There's a little chat in game when you're flying, and if you're watching that, the player might say kill island or something like that. That means they're here, watch, I'll join Dragon Eel here. I'm probably going to help him by using an inner fire, and I'll probably kill his base because he's a lower level. But when you join somebody's run, use an inner fire to help them out and get them some points. But the other big one is if it's a player that's using a mega or a wildfire and they want to use those inner fires and you kill the base, they can't use 3 dragons with inner fires equipped because now you kill the base, and so they're stuck with the 1 dragon plus yours that probably wasn't equipped with inner fire, and they don't get to use it. So the big thing with that one is to make sure that you're not messing up your teammates' run who's trying to get more points by using all inner fires. If you kill their base, they can't use further dragons equipped with inner fires. So that's the big thing I really wanted to mention with these event runs and the inner fires is that it requires that you guys understand these little quirks that go along with the events and the wars and the games, because we're all learning and we're all new. Some of us have more experience, and I can tell you right now, I've been on a level Sapphire team for probably going on 2 years. So I've gained a lot of knowledge, and as we move up the ranks, we're going to get access to Atlas, and Atlas is a whole nother ball game. And so as much as we can get you prepared, that's why I'm doing these videos. So with those events, that's basically what I wanted to explain. Make sure you know the differences between the attacks. Make sure you know that you get more points equipping dragons with inner fires, using 3 dragons with inner fires versus just 1. You'll still get good points using 1 dragon, but 3 dragons will earn you more, or earn you the most. And with that, just keep in mind that we're all a team. So everybody participating, not only in wars, but in events, it helps the whole team out. Because if we're able to progress, we're able to get better rewards. Like this right here. for the team achievements. If we have 20 members reach 2.0 2K in points, we all get these rewards. And the further we go up, the better the rewards we get. Look at 300 sigils. That can advance somebody pretty far down a branch if they've got some saved up. So that's a big point. The other thing with events is quests. Most people don't understand. As you can see, I'm partway done with it with my quest here. The more people participate in quests, the better prizes we earn in the chest. So if we are all completing quests, we get better rewards. At chest level 6, we start getting sigils again. So those help with the seasonal dragons. So participation's a big key, and that's why I've been pushing it so much lately, is because when we don't have players participating either in war to help us advance into leagues, or if we don't have people helping us in events to also gain points to advance in leagues, then we're just gonna stay plateaued and not progress any further. So hopefully these videos are information enough to help get us on the right track. Again, if there's any questions, either comment if this video allows a comment, or send me a mail in game or line, and I'll do my best to answer. I'll do more videos as I think of things that I think we should cover. But for now, those are the major ones that we need the most work on to help us advance further. And with that, I'll be signing out. Have a good night.